Zach, Dean actually yelled at me like right before the show. He screamed at me.
About what? Well, first of all, aren't you guys friends?
Oh
We're
yeah.
best friends.
Not that
Well.
means anything in this community or hobby, but what? Why? What did you do?
So we were having some. Go ahead, Dean. Tell him what happened.
Yeah, we were having technical difficulties on my end. Like my he could hear me, but I couldn't hear him. And then when I could hear him, there was like a weird echo.
And he sounded like Daft Punk on my end.
Which is awesome. I want to do every show that way.
Well, I'm gonna like give an official ruling. Dean, fix your shit, dude.
Okay, well, why
would you yell at him? It's not his fault that you're.
Hold on, I haven't gotten there yet. So I turned my stuff off, and I'm in the middle of unplugging everything, undoing all my cords, and redoing everything. And he's in my inbox, blowing it up. Have you done this? Have you done that? All of which I'm currently doing. So I was like, hey, man, like, chill out. Like, I got it. I'm going to fix it. So I get back on. I can hear, like, everything's fine. And then he's whispering into the mic. And I was like, dude, stop whispering. He's like, what? I can't whisper? I was like, not when we're having audio problems, dude. Like,
in my defense, I called him 3 times to figure this out because we were running up against the start of the show. He did not answer any of those calls. And anytime I try to do mic checks and we're in person, he's the first guy that goes, mic check every time.
Oh my God.
I thought it would be nice to return the favor. No, what is your ruling, King Zachary?
You know, now that I heard the entire story, I used to do streams with someone back in the day. And most of the time when I do stuff, I'm running all of the technical side, running all the, and at the time we were doing this, they didn't have StreamYard. StreamYard wasn't a thing. In order for you to do like a stream like this, you'd have to use Skype, and then you'd have to pick an NDI. It was like OBS. It was very very prehistoric, and they didn't know what they were doing. So I had to do all of it, and I would sit there, and we would run late, and they would sit and they would just toke on like some CBD oil and just, hey, you almost got it? You almost got it? I'm like, dude, do you think I'm just sitting here doing nothing? Like, I'm trying. So I understand Dean was probably trying his hardest, but ultimately Dean should have been more prepared.
Thank you.
The
first official
first show, guys. I quit.
Figure court
as co-host. You fucking bitch boy.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Zachary, University of Oregon.
Welcome to the NFL. Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right.
Dean, we want to thank our sponsor, Wano Scrapyard, for sponsoring us on tonight's show. Big shout out to Sean Fear. He keeps the show running, keeps everything going, and we could not do without him. Let's kick it off with your favorite segment, though, Dean.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about new this week.
Nailed it. That was the best one.
That actually wasn't that bad. I thought I was doing it alone. That's why I just kept going.
I know you really went for it. You didn't give me any time to prepare. So
I'm sorry. Well, last week we said I was just going to start doing it, but it's fine. That was good. All right, what'd you get new this week? So finally, after over a month of waiting, I got my Yamato 160 VF1J with Super Strike parts.
Nice.
Super crispy. Not as nice as the Chigoken. Not as big as the Chigoken, but it's pretty sweet. Super happy to get that. And then I also picked up a Mcfarland Doom guy, Doom Slayer.
Nice.
This thing is so freaking cool, just like on the shelf. Like, the articulation is ass, but it's such a cool figure, man. Like,
Todd doesn't. Todd's a brilliant businessman. He doesn't know what articulation is. They can never get it right.
Yeah, even when he does it, it's usually wrong. But damn it, this thing is so cool. The paint is really well done. I mean, his figures usually are so well done. It's hard to like really nitpick like one thing, like, oh, well, the articulation is not great, but it's like everything else is so superior that it's like I could kind of look past it.
Yeah, well, when you compare it to Marvel Legends, that's like $3 cheaper. It's just...
right.
You can't compare them.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm kind of super tempted to join the Kickstarter.
Oh, you haven't yet?
No, I probably will. Although Steven from Steven's Collectibles said he's getting like 3 sets in, so I don't know if
Yeah.
I should just wait and buy one of his, but
I can imagine they're going to go for quite, they're going to go for
Yeah.
a pretty penny once it actually releases.
right.
Yeah.
So I want to say that's all I got this week. What about you guys?
Go ahead, Zach.
I got a few figures in. One thing I actually got in that I'm kind of excited about is this this head, which is it's probably weird. There's nothing worse than walking it's like I live in a condominium building. It's like walking into an elevator and you have like a body in one hand and like a head in another hand. And I'm like 30 years old. Like, what is that idiot doing? But this is a Scarlet Witch head, but it's got red eyes.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So let's see if I can catch that in focus.
Look at that.
Yeah. I was actually
It's
looking
good.
to get one of those on eBay, but they were sold out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it's actually not bad considering it's obviously a knockoff.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Should repaint it, the Joker version.
Speaking of that, man.
Yeah, we have a giveaway that we're doing this episode.
Yeah, like it's I understand. I'm not like the greatest painter ever. I understand that. I don't claim to be. I mean, I honestly, I probably do claim to be, but like that's not bad.
It's actually pretty decent for your first attempt, and painting white is a huge pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And Pablo Picasso started somewhere,
Yeah. I mean, come on, it's better than what you're making. I mean, you seem as like it's not bad for the first time. I mean, that's actually really, really good for the first time, I think.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like it. You used acrylics and you bought an airbrush for that?
Oh yeah. I made the video, and I always do this. It's like I made like a 4-minute video. That video cost me like $500. It's like I was doing something. I made the video where I turned the shipper box into an RC car.
Yeah.
And like right before the quarantine stuff, I went out and I bought a radar gun because I was going to do a video like trying to break the record. And it's like the radar gun was $250. And it's like, man, I need to figure out a better way of making these videos because it just costs too much money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was painted with acrylic, and that's pretty much it.
Well done. Welcome to the joy of hobbing. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that joyful.
Yeah, I've been there, but trust me, you have an airbrush, you have acrylics, you're on your way. Sooner or later, you'll be the next Silent Surfer, and everyone's gonna be hitting you up for those commissions.
Yeah, but I like I said, whenever I fix the shipper and all that, like right now commissions are closed, especially with the coronavirus. I can't go out and get supplies, and I don't have that many followers on my Patreon, and I gotta have a real job. This is just a hobby of mine, so I don't have the time to take on everyone's commissions.
Yeah, I totally get it. So this week for me, I picked up 2 figures and 1 little car. So this is a 1/43 scale Formula One Red Bull. It's Matt Verstappen's car. Kind of been getting into Formula One lately, and I mean, it's like $10, so I can't really complain. Details are really good. The decals are really good, and I do like it. I also picked up the NECA Godzilla from the King of the Monsters movie. I'd been looking at it for a while. The only stores that I could find had the blue glow version, which is like I think an exclusive, and it's a little bit more expensive. So I went with the regular one. I found it at Target, and then Sunday rather, Zach Spencer's, lots of Zachs in the show. He had picked up a Terminator 1 Police Shootout Terminator Hot Toys. And that's kind of a figure that's been a grail of mine for a while. He had bought it at a pawn store, and the store said that it was complete, that it was in perfect condition, and basically that, it was like good to go. And because the way that pawn stores are right now, they can only have like 5 or 6 people in the shop at a time because of the coronavirus. They were kind of rushing him to make his purchase. And so we had lined up a deal, and by the time he got home and really fully inspected everything, it was missing some pieces, namely the base, which is kind of a big deal, and then also the long slide pistol. Someone had like really half-ass glued the laser sight on, and the jacket was in awful condition. But I'm a man of my word. I picked up the figure, and essentially we traded some things, and I really like it. It's not the best condition for that figure to be in, but I think I can kind of like wrap my head around it because it is the police shootout / final battle version, and I assume that jacket was getting pretty messed up in that scene. So really good pickup, really happy to have it, and like I said, it's been a grail of mine for a while, so I'm glad to finally add that back to the collection.
What did it end up kind of costing you?
So Zach picked it up from the pawn store for $200, which is a really good price. Even missing the base, it's a really good price. And then I had traded Zach 2 graded comics that I had, and the graded comics that I got, I got them when they first came out, and so they've appreciated since then. And so pretty much it was like an even trade for, about that $200.
Yeah.
So Zach, he goes to a lot of like garage sales, goes to a lot of pawn stores, and Dean, you've gone with him on a few of these runs, and he does a lot of flipping to kind of like make some extra income, especially right now with things being the way they are and his hours are getting cut. So he was kind of freaking out because if I didn't want it and he couldn't sell it in that condition, missing the base with the pistol damage and whatever,
sit on it.
Yeah, he would have been out of quite a bit of money. So hopefully he's able to flip those comics and, make a little bit of money. And I got a figure that I've always wanted. I did own this figure about 3 years ago, and my kid got really sick, and I had to sell it and my Iron Man Mark 46 to pay for some hospital bills. So it's good to have it back. It's definitely good to have it back.
That's good that it's come full circle. That's an inspiring story, because everyone, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are in trouble right now having to sell stuff. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So hopefully people that sell stuff during this time, they're able to get it back at a later date.
Yeah.
But Terminator 1, one of my favorite movies. What were you saying, Zach?
Now that you said that, I was kicking around the idea not too long ago. I was like, it'd be pretty cool to set up a figure pawn shop where, you send me the figure, I'll give you money, and if you want to come back and buy it, you can for the same amount, like
almost like a collateral.
Yeah. But then I was like, wait, I'm not a pawn shop.
Oh man.
But I think that's a Texas thing, man, because even before collecting toys and before collecting remote control stuff, I was into like old retro vintage video games, and Texas is their flea markets and pawn shops are just their next level. You can't find stuff like, definitely in Louisiana. I can imagine anywhere else. We would go out to like Dallas and Houston, hit up all the like the Traders flea market and stuff, and there was tons of crap. Because I can't imagine anyone down here going pawn a Hot Toy figure.
It happens quite a bit. I know, Dean, you go on some of those runs, and you guys normally run into Hot Toys pretty often, right?
Yeah, we find them. In fact, my Princess Leia was from a pawn shop.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then we have a lot of. I can think of like 3 different stores here in town that are just vintage gaming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, over like Game Exchange is, I think, popular. Game Exchange is a popular franchise around there, and you're in San Antonio, so we would go to Dallas and then go down to Houston when we did the video game stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's when I first started collecting, my mom would buy me Ninja Turtles and old vintage Star Wars stuff, because when I was growing up, the re-releases weren't out yet, and we would go to flea markets, and I mean, that's how I still have a lot of those old like Kenner figures, and it's all from flea markets and shit. And so you're 100% right. I mean, there's flea markets all over San Antonio, just like Bussies, the ones that are like way south of town, and then now there's like 4 new ones that I haven't even been to.
Rona Central. Dean, real quick, Corrosive Gaming says your Doom guy figure looks amazing, and he also says he makes a 13-inch Space Marine figure if you guys want one to review. Is that what Doom guy is? A Space Marine? Or is Space Marine like from Warhammer? Let me know, because I'd love to see a 13.
I want to say that's That sounds Warhammer.
It is. Yeah, Warhammer is a Space Marine thing. We also have Stephen Krett, Danny Lee, Quinn, Sean, Eric, and Mario watching right now. We have a few other watching as well. Let's get into some show news. So this one broke pretty much right before we went on air, but Sideshow rather increased the price of their life-size child figure by $25. They say, as one of the first people in the galaxy to purchase the child life-size figure from Sideshow, we're giving you a heads up that starting today, the price of the child will be increasing on all future orders, but you will not be impacted by this update. So I guess right off the back, first off, I think it's good, obviously, that they preserve the price point for people that already pre-ordered. A lot of people wanted to wait and see what Hot Toys was going to do and wait to see final product pictures. And for those people to be charged essentially a $25 tax is kind of interesting. Real quick, Corrosive Gaming says Space Marines from Warhammer. Yeah, if you want to send us one, I'd love to review it. I love Warhammer. Dean, Zach, what are your thoughts on this price increase?
Zach, I'll let you go first.
Well, I have a lot of thoughts on it. I mean, right off, like right out the gate, the way it's worded is just it's like trying to like it says your original price of $350 or equivalent to best course. It's like, okay, you know, and this is my opinion. It's like, okay, like stop like trying to take focus outside of what the post is about. You know, it's like 15 different joke references in here.
Yeah, it was a little too cute of a message.
Yeah. But aside from that, I literally can't say anything because I just can't say anything. I'm in a legal issue with Sideshow right now. Okay. And my attorney advised me not to even bring up their name.
Okay. Yeah, this seems, I mean, I don't even know where to start.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, after Hot Toys announced theirs, not only is Hot Toys cheaper, it's an actual figure. So most people I know that ordered this canceled their orders when Hot Toys was announced. So this just seems like they're like in like damage control. Like, holy shit, we had all these orders canceled. Let's make up the cost on future ones. But it's like, it's too late. You were already at too high a price.
Yeah, that's a good point to be made. I mean, strictly from a manufacturing standpoint, not speaking specifically about this subject or anyone involved in this subject, the way manufacturing works is when things are ordered in larger quantities, typically it's cheaper. And
yeah,
I mean, it's a good point Dean made, you know, whereas it could be kind of the recoup, but I don't know. I mean, that's normally not how people go about it. It would make more sense for a company to, you know, either like your product, when you rush your product out and some like hidden costs come. So in order to recoup it, you just come in and try and up the price. But yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think of it from that side. It's just not really a good move for anyone to go back on their word. I mean, like I said, the guy from Jazz Inc. did it with the Justice League Batmobile. But I mean, come on, that's one dude. And the fact that he's even selling those things for like $900 blows my mind.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and just to point out, Yoast did guarantee the people that pre-ordered the first batch that same price. But you're right. Like I've done small batch runs of things, and you know, essentially sometimes you do run into those things, but at the same time, this is not their first statue. This is not their first time putting, you know, clothing on a figure. This is not like, you know, they have a lot of experience doing a lot of, you know, 1/6, 1:1 scale, 1/4 life-size statues. $25 seems like such an insignificant amount that, you know, I can't, like, it's just bad press, like at a time where this company really needs some good press. And just how cutesy the message seemed. I don't know. It just really rubbed me the wrong way. I think Zach, you made a good point. It's just too many jokes about, best car references and bounty hunting, and just be straight up. Like if you ran into some production issues, like just let the people know. But to hide it behind this veil of, oh, this figure broke the internet, so many people bought this, but also we're going to start charging more money going forward. I just think it's a little awkward.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the concept of that doesn't make much sense at all.
Yeah, Corrosive Gaming says, are you on Facebook so I can send you a picture of them so you can see? Yeah, hit me up on Facebook. It's Zachary, Zachry, Guevara, Guevara. Send me a picture. Quinn says, I think that there's meetings between Hot Toys and Sideshow and like under the table agreements to stay around the same price. And oh man, that BVS Batmobile by Yoast is a work of art. We're actually interviewing Yoast on Thursday, and I don't know if it's going to be a live interview, but that should hit the feed sometime soon. And I think Kevin Gossett says, I just boosted your Dallas numbers by joining.
Oh yeah. Kevin, my boy Kevin. I haven't heard from Kevin in a while. Kevin heads out like my one of my biggest markets is Dallas. Huge listening numbers from Dallas, and all thanks to Kevin.
Nice.
Yeah, what a guy.
Guy.
Good job, Kevin.
Kevin's boys with Adam Savage too. So if you ever need a Mythbuster,
oh my God,
really, dude, Adam Savage is
he's like my hero.
No lie, if there's any one person that's like the white whale to interview, it's Adam Savage or Jobby the Hong. I would be content with
Ooh, Jobby would be cool.
With Adam, you can tell he's just genuine because of the excitement that he like just portrays on. I wouldn't even say portrays; it's probably genuine, but like the excitement in his videos and stuff. He's doing a live build series of the Eagle Moss Ecto one, which is the A scale one.
Yeah, he did the engine bay build, I think, last week on his one day build.
Yeah, and it's just you can tell that he's obsessive compulsive over just so many things, and it's amazing to watch because it's like, God, that's incredible that someone can be that organized and it's but he still has fun with it. It's a really good series to watch.
Yeah, my favorite one day build of his specifically is the one where he's building the spaceship parts because he is a very confident builder. He obviously has multiple tools and materials at his disposal, and it's not often that he makes a mistake. So when he does make mistakes, specifically in that episode, he ruined like every part he made. He had to make like 2 or 3 times, and it broke him. And I've been there hobbying where you're like, just nothing's going right. The project is just all kinds of a mess. And I think it was nice to see him be a little humbled by a project because, for, like I said, for someone like him who is just like a master creator, it just proves. And I think at the end of the episode, he's like, I'm just like any of you guys. I have good days, I have bad days, and sometimes you just need to take a night of sleep and then get back to it. So Kevin, that's awesome that Adam. He says Adam is the best. He's exactly the same on screen as he is in person.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Kevin probably has his phone number. He texts him right now.
This is what a guy. Kevin right here.
That's a puppy dog. But the one thing about Adam is and watching all of the Mythbuster episodes, it was kind of frustrating because it's like those dudes are like, okay, let's do this, and then it's like, okay, we need this, and then all of a sudden, like they make something that has nothing to do with like the actual thing that the myth they're trying to bust, but like they'll have like an apparatus that holds the thing, and the apparatus is just perfectly built, and it's like, how do you do that? Like how can you be so skilled in so many different little small things like welding or foam work,
sewing and stuff like that.
One of my favorite things about Adam Savage is he'll have an episode on his YouTube where he's like, oh, I just got this tool in that I can use for all this stuff. I'm gonna make a very specific carrying case just for this one tool.
Yeah.
And it's an entire episode just making like one very specific case. He's like,
I'm gonna sort my 50,000 files into like 37 cases, and it's like all beautiful at the end. It's amazing. Back to the slides here. So we did have a pricing update. So last episode we were talking about the Takara Tomy MPM 10. The Hasbro release, we weren't sure the price, but the price has been updated to $150 US. So I think that's pretty reasonable for a Target release. I know they carry $100 Black Series helmets. and other collectibles. So that is not too bad, and that's releasing September 1st, 2020. Going forward here, we also have this really swaggy item here, Dean. Probably the best pre-order that dropped this week. TeePublic is announced non-medical grade, but they are dual filter masks, and they're available in all of our designs on TeePublic. So these are a sample of the auxiliary and the Sweet Angel logos, and yeah, I gotta say they look pretty good. They are back ordered though, so definitely gonna have to get on those whenever they come
wait
back
list.
stock.
Yeah.
How did you like your shirt, Zach, that you got from TeePublic?
The cloth, I bought the product. I think I got like the crappiest one. But the logo, I think I've never used TeePublic, but the logo seemed a little smaller than what I would have thought would have looked better, or at least more accurate to its counterpart. But I know that on some of those softwares, the area that you can use is very, very small.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm not gonna. Do you have one?
My fucking order, I bought it the same day you bought yours, and it's still not.
It's not later.
All right, so we're gonna wait for Zach to get that. And while we do, Dean, have you put together your shield that Sean made for you?
I have not. I have it literally right next to me, but I haven't.
Dude, you got to do it in case you got to go out. You don't want to get that Rona.
The Rona.
I
was trying to find something a little softer to use than rubber bands.
Yeah.
I would pull my hair like a motherfucker. Oh,
Yeah.
That's a beautiful shirt.
No, actually, no. I don't know. Maybe I think I was just.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think I was just at work in a bad mood.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
My God, what a design, dude! That belongs in a museum.
We need to like just commission an area, a space somewhere, just to have all of the stupid things. I mean, like, I'm sure that I got probably. Yep. Like, there's always I got relics just that have so much memory built into it, and they're just all over. It's like we need to find a place where we can keep all of this.
Let me go get mine real quick.
I keep this on my desk, Zach.
There you go.
Boom.
Cool.
Although I was a little disappointed, mine did not come with the microfiber cloth.
Uh-oh.
Damn, look at that. You see?
Look at that. And then look at this behind me right here, the Mosquito Lee official print of Hope.
But okay, like, don't even lie. That thing is legit.
I love it.
It's crispy.
God,
what a guy.
Those are the good old days.
The good old days. So Hot Toys put up their TVMS Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike. This is coming in at $445, which comes with the speeder, the Scout Trooper, Baby Yoda, and the backpack. I think this looks really good. A lot of people are complaining that this is not the Return of the Jedi design. And obviously this is intentional. This is the Mandalorian version of this figure. But man, this looks fantastic. And the price, $445. I think the Sideshow speeder bike alone is like $350. So, you really can't beat the price. Baby Yoda looks adorable. IG-11 can ride the speeder bike. Dean, to quote you here, this looks like a slam dunk. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm shocked it comes with another Baby Yoda. Also one that's so happy.
Well, he was happy when he was riding on the speeder bike with IG-11, and I think that's what this is going for, because when the Scout Troopers had him, they just threw him in the bag.
Right.
But also, I almost think that Baby Yoda is going to be put with Cara Dune with the sippy cup and start to be inserted with other figures based on like iconic scenes with them. So mark my words, we're going to get a Hot Toys Cara Dune with sippy cup broth Baby Yodes. Zach, what do you think about this?
I first of all, I'm blown away by the price. I mean, based on the market counterpart, you figure a 6-scale speeder bike obviously is going to go for $350, $375.
Right.
Slap another $200 on it for the figure. Coming in at the price that it's at, it's a no-brainer. Like, that's a steal, especially if the speeder bike is anything short of not being awful. I mean, I have the other one with the other Scout Trooper, and I mean, the set together, it just looks really, really awesome. There's a lot of small parts on it, but overall, it looks awesome. Is it, at the time, was it worth $350? I mean, Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff for that kind of money, but that pricing strategy from Hot Toys really kind of piqued my interest because it's like obviously they're not pricing it for the market, because if they were, they would have asked at least like $560 for it.
Yeah.
So that kind of confused me. It's like typically they've shown that they're going to price their stuff based on what they think they can get for it, and I don't know, it's a really, really, really questionable pricing strategy. But I mean, it's awesome because it's cheap.
Venable, we have a question here. I'm not sure if you want to answer, but it says, "Where's MISB gone from Neil Robinson?" Do you want to answer that, or you want to move on?
Yeah, I mean, Neil, that that depends greatly on who you talk to. Somebody, Justin, went on a smaller channel and did like a 2-hour podcast about what happened, kind of in a stance of like, this is what really happened. I'm like, first of all, dog, I didn't say anything happened. So it was just a shitty situation. The channel got deleted. Justin went in and deleted the channel. So because the channel just isn't there anymore. He deleted it. And as to why, I have my theories.
Yeah.
But I will quote him in the from the podcast, and that is, make no mistake, Zachary is a crazy serious guy, and everyone thinks he jokes a lot, but Zachary doesn't joke at all. Everything he does is serious, and he just pawns it as a joke. I'm like, bro, for real? Like, I joke. Everything is a joke. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you jumped on the stream tonight with jokes.
Yeah. It's like, golly, man.
I mean, I've known you long enough to kind of get a vibe, and I mean, you're kind of, you do joke, but I mean, behind the scenes, like, I mean, you put it on Ox, but we spent like an hour just going over scale to make sure our episode artwork didn't look stupid, like that we were all in scale with each other. And you obviously spent a great amount of time. You hooked us up with those silhouettes of us, and behind the scenes, I mean, you were as active as any other person we've ever had on the show. I mean, putting content in, asking questions.
Yeah.
And,
because I like doing it. It's therapeutic doing stuff like that. I think he was talking more along the lines of the things that like I said about him. I was like, dude, I'm just freaking joking. Like, I'm saying stuff like, oh, your videos are boring, or you talk too fast. There's no flavor, and it's like, I mean, seriously, like you mean to say that the videos that you produce have flavor and they have like a good style? It's like, no, dude, it's bland as shit. That's not my opinion. At least I don't think so. And I mean, the fact that I'm saying that is joking, but I mean, obviously it's serious. So it's stuff like that he claims I was serious about, but I don't know. It's just a long story.
All right, well, let's move on. So Scout
Wait.
Trooper.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I still want to talk about the Scout Trooper.
Scout Trooper was released solo pack that comes in at $220, releasing April to June 2021. That's the same date as the speeder bike set.
Oh, okay. Actually, Justin just made a comment. Don't misquote me, Zachary. Okay, you see, that's the stuff he does. It's like, I didn't how did I misquote what the first words you said? It's like that's literally what I misquoted, the instead of an and. Boy, get out of here! Like you would even stick around this channel. I went on it. I ain't got time for that shit, man. For real.
Wow.
Let's talk about the Scout Trooper, please. Golly.
Wait, Dean, go back to the Scout Trooper. I wanted to ask something.
What do you got?
Okay, the gap under the armor and the waist pouches, is that accurate?
That is accurate to the Mandalorian. So in the Mandalorian,
I don't remember that in the Mandalorian.
I'm not sure if you can see it in the show, but someone posted a picture from ILM where they had like the costume test with the guy in the suit, and it was there. But also one thing to note, the Mandalorian, and I'm not that familiar with this armor, so don't quote me on this, but someone said in the Mandalorian show and on the Hot Toys figure, the knee pads are upside down, and also the helmet flap isn't fully closed. And that's kind of like a throwback to the fact that these might not even be Imperial soldiers. These just might be like some renegade group of guys that stole the armor, and they're just like mercs that are going around and they're kind of half-assing it. And that kind of explains some of the actions and the way they talk and like how they're just shooting at shit in the desert.
I think it is accurate though. It's at least the photographs I've seen comparing them, it looked pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But like they said, this is a time when the Empire essentially they're running out. They have no money, so you're scrapping stuff just to put it together.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm wondering, I mean, if it's just a piece of armor that you need to put in the waist to make it more accurate to Return of the Jedi, I'm sure there's any number of 3D printer customizers that can make that piece, and you just have to paint it and weather it. So it's not like it's a totally different, suit of armor.
Right.
At least as far as I can see on a quick inspection.
It looks fucking sweet. I don't know if I would get this, only because really you would need 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to drop that kind of money. But it's very cool, very beautiful. I think it looks great.
Yeah. Dean, this was really exciting to you. This is the Modern Battlefield End War Ghost by a company called Flagset.
Dude,
This comes in at $140, releasing Q3 2020. I know nothing about this character. I've seen people play as this character.
Dude, Ghost is the shit, dude. I will say this. He is not jacked enough. Ghost is fucking huge.
Yeah.
But I mean, an easy body swap will fix that. But it depends. Also, how much did you say it was? Did you?
On TNS, it's 140.
I mean, that's a pretty good price that you could do a body swap relatively easily and still be cost effective.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super tempted to pick this up because Ghost is the shit.
This is Flagset, right?
Yep, that's a company called Flagset.
They make I have their PUBG figure. For the price point, their stuff's really, really, really well made. I mean, the body's solid. The hands have articulating fingers, at least on that one. All of the accessories are just really, really solid. A lot of the small companies like that, they all of those accessories, all of like the belts, it's all very it's very, like, I guess you say barbaric. So it's like the belt is actually leather, and it's a pain in the ass to put together, but once you do, it's pretty legit, and it's probably going to be an awesome figure.
I think it looks cool. So, Dean, this is a skin in the game, or is this a character?
It's a character.
Nice. From the story mode or from Warzone?
From the story mode. Yeah, he's like okay, so they did like this weird thing where it's like a soft reboot of the Modern Warfare storyline.
Okay.
And Ghost has been around since like the first or second Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So he's in this new game, and through the Warzone battle royale, there's like a story they're telling every season, and he plays a big part in it. So yeah, that's Ghost, and he's fucking tight. The weathering looks like it'd be better, but I mean, you could just do that on your own. So,
Ghost dates back to like Black Ops 1, no? Something like that.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, my Siri went off.
Man, get your boy out of here, Zach. Gee, issues, man.
God damn it, Dean.
Out of here! Like, come on.
Oh boy. Yeah, so it's a really neat figure, and this one up for teaser on Sideshow. It's the Cyclops 6-scale figure. I talked about this on OFAC, but I think it's cool that they're doing these kind of figures, but it just seems like
same body as the other one.
Just seems like it's on a really tiny body.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The same body that they have on maybe the Batman. It would look like. I don't know. I mean, I like the way the figure looks. I like the classic like Cyclops look, and I think it's actually. I mean, I think it's a pretty. I don't have any of their like the Batman or the Joker, any of their more recent stuff, but from what I heard, it's kind of spotty, touch and go if the body's good or not. But the style that they're going with, I kind of like. I mean, and also it's probably simple, so it's brilliant to try and maximize just a body and throwing a fabric suit over it.
Yeah, it's going to be superposable. Probably not a risk for damage, except for this leather here. But I do like it. Neil Robertson in the chat says Spider-Verse Spider-Man is my most anticipated release from Hot Toys. So many accessories, one of the best Marvel /superhero films so far. And then Red Wolf says, "What happened to the Ox After Dark? I was halfway through it. Did you guys pull it?" We'll talk about Ox After Dark towards the end of the show. We are going to be making a big announcement regarding Ox After Dark. But stay tuned for that, Red Wolf. Hopefully to answer your questions. But yeah, I think it looks good. I think it's a little too skinny, but I know a lot of people are very excited to get this. And Dean, you know, Gengar is one of my favorite Pokemon, and on the show we don't always talk about high-end 6-scale stuff. But I think this is cool. So this is a Bandai Spirits Gengar model kit. Comes with 3 different faceplates. Supposedly it's engineered to only need 1 sticker, and I think that sticker is on the tongue. In this picture, if you zoom in, you can see little lines where a sticker fold might be. But it's articulated, the arms and the legs move, and I mean, this is just freaking amazing for someone that loves this character. So these
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is this their first model kit of a Pokemon?
No. They've made probably about 20 so far.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're decent, but they do require a lot of stickers, and that's why with this figure they kind of made it a big announcement to say like, hey, this is only 1 sticker on this whole model kit. And looking at the parts breakdown, they did like an exploded view. I can't really see any stickers, so I'm thinking it's the tongue. They tend to do that sometimes. So I'm very excited. And Red Wolf says Patreon, maybe. That's a good guess. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I pre-ordered 3 of those on Big Bad Toy Store. Nanmu Studio, they do different dinosaurs in 1/35th scale. They put up a pre-order this weekend on Big Bad Toy Store for the Alpha Rex. Comes in at $70. Releases July 2020. This is obviously the Rex from JP1. And 16 inches from head to tail. Looks really good. I mean, 1/35th is kind of like the scale for dinosaurs.
Zach is dying over here. What is happening?
Oh my god, what happened?
Something that was funny after Verson said Patreon, and you're like, maybe. I was like, wait, y'all are starting an OnlyFans site? What?
Yeah, Dean's OnlyFans. It's $500 a month, friends and family only.
Yeah,
and,
beehole pics.
Dean's beeholes on there for $500, friends and family. So they're also doing the colorway from JP2, though it does not have the scars on the mouth, which is kind of a letdown. And you can see here it's 16.15 inches head to tail, made of cast steel PVC and rotocast PVC with an articulated jaw. They've done the Indorex and the Indoraptor along with other dinosaurs. And from what I've heard, I've never owned one of these or seen one in person. But from what I've heard, they are some of the best dinosaur models in the biz. So $70 buys you that.
That's not bad. $70.
Yeah,
I was thinking like 150 or something.
No. It's actually not a bad price.
16 inches is big too.
Yeah, some places you got to pay a lot for 16 inches.
Not on our OnlyFans.
That is coming out July 2020. Zach, this is your time to shine, my friend. You are on the forefront of Figpin. You are the Figpin goat. You have your please plug your Figpin YouTube channel.
Okay, so do you guys know Cletus Selden?
Yes, I don't know him personally, but I know of Cletus.
Cletus has issues with someone else that makes videos, and I kind of, I guess, do too. I mean, I don't have issues against him, but it was a spin on his channel. Jokingly, I spit the name out, but it's Pin Patrol on YouTube. And it's all about Figpin because basically I got in. It's like buying Microsoft in like 1984.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm looking at it. And the community is awesome. And their stuff is just next level. I mean, I have like a big Thanos pin right here. And the quality of them are just phenomenal. And also each one has an individual serial number that you plug into an app. And it tells you exactly what number this was made in their line. And if it's like the first or the 50th. And depending on how, I guess how rare the numbers are, they score the pin. And I think in probably a month or two, you'll be able to use all of the points to be able to get their exclusive like pins, or what's going to be called ultra exclusive. So it's kind of a progressive system in their app where it's you buy the pins, you type in the serial number, you get to figure out the entire factory history about the pin, and then whenever like within the next update or two on their app, you'll be able to like use your points to be able to get in line to buy like some of their exclusives. And there's a huge secondary market on these things. Like I was able to get a pin. They sent me a pin and I put it in the app and people can go, basically they can go vote on it. And every time you get a vote, it multiplies your score. So I was like, everyone vote on this pin. And I was able to get it like to a really, really powerful number. And just by doing that, it added like $200 to the value of that pin. And they're going to be the next Funko without a doubt.
Yeah, I think so. This is an example of some Fig pins here. So there are obviously pins. So on the back they have the little needle things, and they use a proprietary patent pending holder to both stand the figure and then
stand up.
Here, let me focus you on solo cam. Can you show us the back of that, please?
Yeah, so this is the Thanos one, and the pin has this big thing to where it can stand up. And like if you look on the back, each pin has a serial number.
Yeah,
that you plug into an app, and it keeps track of all that. Which even if you're not doing, because they're setting it up to where you can use like the pins to where you can like battle other people, like if kind of like an RPG type thing. But outside of doing all of that, I mean, just having an app where you have all this information is just so convenient. I mean, think about it. If you had a way of doing all of that with all your hot toy figures, you would have your entire collection in one place. I mean, just from like, if you want to insure your collection, it keeps you from having to go in and just, list every figure. And I think it's an incredible thing that they're doing with the app, and hopefully a few other companies will try and jump on board with it.
Someone says Fernando's been banned. I'm not sure what that's all about. So hopefully you guys can
I think
get that sorted.
You said he was finna get banned earlier. I think it's a joke.
Oh yeah, it was a joke. So this is my Goku fig pin here, the glitter one. I love that. That's a damn good fig pin. And then I also have the Uzaru Vegeta fig pin. So we actually have an interview. I just got an email from them right now. So Zach, big shout out to you for helping set that up. But that's going to be May 7th.
Who are you
lining up the time? I talked to Daniel, and then also one of the co-founders, Amato.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Like I said, the companies they have an incredible organization. The people over there are phenomenal. Like, I mean, I have 150 subs, but
yeah,
I mean that's the highest sub count because no one's making content. And my view on the company in itself, really, I don't know. I guess they just like watching my videos because, man, they hook me up with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and it's always good when creators take the time of day. Like, I mean, we have 300 subs, so we're not really anywhere near like some of these big channels. But
really?
I mean, even when you were doing really good at Mint and Seal Box, you always gave us a time of day. And I've messaged other companies. Specifically like Wicked Cool Toys. I'm a huge fan. I've tried hitting them up several times for interviews, and they just kind of blow me off. So
yeah, and honestly, from what I've seen, it's not necessarily about you or it's just not like I'm not gonna say laziness, but it's like I don't want to do that. Like, don't talk to me. It's that kind of attitude because I don't know. Companies don't want to adapt, but man, it's such a powerful tool to get in on the small communities, because that's where the influence is. That's where, like, if you start collecting something like off normally what you would, if you have a really group of friends that they'll follow you. It doesn't matter if you're collecting hot toys or fig pins. They're gonna do what you're doing because that's what everyone's friends, and they just travel in groups. And you can't do that if you have, you can't do that if you have 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Iron Geek says it's my two favorite Zacharys. What a guy. What a guy.
Iron Geek's my boy, man. Dude, I've been watching Iron Geek. There's a guy that does he just kind of vlogs. His name's Big Dub. He's an incredible guy. And he would buy a lot of Iron Geek's custom like dioramas and stuff. So his skills have gone from like doing small recast parts to literally doing like that cyborg.
Whole new figures.
Yeah. It's incredible to see that transpire just from what he was doing. One of the first things I was following him on was he did like a Mark 47 recast but did like the construction version of it. Yeah. And it came out really good. And it's like, just to see him progress in his skills, it's a really cool thing to see because everyone can relate to that.
So
it's
inspiring.
Shout out to Iron Geek, and
Yeah. Neil asks, is that the Chronicle collectibles dino in the background? Yeah, that's the 1/10 scale Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I fucking love it. Back to
What about that 5th scale? Hold on, real quick, because I want to. What about that 5th scale? You think anything about that?
one, I don't have the space for it, and two, it is the one. It's actually a quote unquote 1-to-1 with the Winston Studios maquette.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. I think that the paint job
paint
is
is light.
really not that great.
No, the paint job's
It's right.
too light. It's
Yeah, it's too light. It needs to be. It almost looks like they were going for the color scheme described in the book, which is more like a brown red. But man, that sculpt, it actually has lineage to that original maquette. That thing is, if I had the space and the money, like if tomorrow I won the lottery, that would be the first thing I would be buying. That thing is incredible. It's something that I'd love to own, but the 1/10 scale from Iron Studios, which I think is a better paint, will have to do me until I win the lottery. Figpin, going back to Figpin, Zach, you're really excited for this, but May 4th, 2020, they are announcing their Star Wars Figpin collection. It's kicking off with the Luke Skywalker on Tauntaun Figpin in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. And this is a limited edition release sold directly on figpin.com. And at the time of this recording, I don't think I've seen the official image just yet.
It haven't dropped me yet.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And then also I wanted to show, you put up a really good video on your channel, Pin Patrol, showing a little bit about how
you could tell better like screenshot. I mean, Jesus.
I legit took 5. I took 5.
I thought they contacted you, said don't do shit like this. I mean,
I took 5 pictures, and this was. I just don't know what to say. I was going to put an emoji on your face, but then I didn't want to be rude. So you're very expressive.
Set this up. Make sure this doesn't happen, please. This is
I'm so sorry. But this is your Rainbow Iron Man here. Did you want to give us a brief rundown of the different numbers here?
Okay, so you see right here, you see where it says AP edition?
Yes.
This means it's considered, it's an artist proof. So every pin that they have, they make a small amount of like pins that they use for, production purposes. And then they get sent back to them and they keep them and they're AP. That's like getting an AP pin of any character. That's like the highest sought after thing. And then from there you have first edition, second edition. So you see, this is an AP pin, and the volume, they only made 54 of them. And mine was the 52nd one to be made. And I was the 32nd person to unlock it. And what you do is when you log it into the app, you unlock it, and you see it gives you a score. So, and this is an older video. Since then, they've added a bunch of stuff, but that's the level at which they have everything. Like their database is just ridiculous.
Yeah. I'd love to see if you make another video. I'd love to see how the app is working now, because
I did. If you could check, I uploaded one like yesterday because I got some leaked information.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So Dean, May 7th, I need you there. We got to interview the Figpin guys. Big shout out to King Zachary V for setting that up for us.
Dude, I'm leading charge. I'm fully back. Trust me. Like, I remember at one point I would see them on the show and be like, they're just kind of overpriced. But dude, the quality of them, I mean, can you imagine?
It's outstanding.
Yeah, like, could you imagine having a Star Wars one like that? But I will tell you, they sell out, dude, in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, the day after the Kakarot video game came out, the glitter one was really sought after because you used it to complete a set. And I had to go to like 6 GameStops to find one. And when I called, because I was like, I'm tired of driving, the lady's like, I can only hold this for like 30 minutes. So you got to get over here. Because
like you said, what it does is there's a set of Dragon Ball figures. And if you have all of them, it completes a set and it gives you a small bonus. And that's what makes that one pin. That's what made it sought after, is because everyone wanted to complete the set. So you see, from a business standpoint, the app, the amount of opportunity that the app gives you to just expand on each individual pin and make them all. It's like all of a sudden that pin, was probably sitting on the shelf, but then whenever people realized it completed the set, they flew off the shelf. And it's just a brilliant strategy.
Okay, I have a couple things to add.
What do you got, Dino?
One, I was very skeptical skeptical about fig pins when they came out and I saw them everywhere. It wasn't until Zach got his that I was like, damn, these are really nice.
Yeah.
The quality, they're very sturdy. They're not going to snap in half. They're very well done. And then second, as a question for you, Zach, what? Let's just say you had this Iron Man and you were the 32nd person to unlock it. Does that value change any if you were to like sell that, or is it blocked on the secondhand market? Like, oh, somebody already input this information.
That's a good question. A lot of people ask that actually. What you can do is it because I unlocked it and I was the 32nd person to unlock it. And one thing to note too is that these pins are distributed across the entire country. So I mean, they're only being 54. That's a crazy low number. But I was the 32nd to unlock it, so that locks it in on that pin. And if I was to sell it, you can go and you release it, and the next person they would unlock it. It would stay at that 32 spot.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that. That's
very cool.
The guy who handles the app part of the company is the guy you're going to be interviewing. He has this thing freaking like watertight. Like I can't find anything where it's like, okay, this isn't going to work out down the road.
That's high praise.
High
praise.
That's very cool.
Dean, give us our sponsor tag.
Yeah, it's Watto Scrapyard.
That's tight. That dude's good at that.
Yeah, Watto Scrapyard, man. Today's sponsor, or this show's sponsor, rather. Yeah, Watto, whatever you need, 3D printed parts for your old Kenner and Hasbro vehicles. I got the landing gear for my Legacy Millennium Falcon. A regular set will cost you like $150 to $200. Watto could get that for you for not even half that. So hit up Watto's if you need parts for your Hasbro vehicles, but he's also doing head sculpts for 3 3/4, 6-inch, and 1/6 scale figures. And if he doesn't make it, he could get it made. So hit him up.
What a guy. Zach, in the show sheet chat, you posed this question. I thought it was very interesting. You said, are companies starting to lose collectors' attention? I guess I'll start. Honestly, I think so. I've been so bored this past year almost. Like, this Gengar model kit was the most exciting thing to me that I've seen in a while. I actually refreshed Big Bad Toy Store like all weekend long, and I sent them an email on Friday to see if they were going to stock it. And I was really glad that they were, because the only other site to get it was I think it's like 1999.co/JP. And I was like, I'm not buying from that site. So
the logo has flames all over it and dragons and stuff.
Oh no. So I've just been so bored this year. I mean, obviously things are going on in the world, but I just think that I just don't know. I just don't feel very captivated lately. I've been kind of just circling back and getting older figures because, either nothing new is coming out, nothing new is getting announced. Things are just, it seems to be at a standstill. Dean, do you have any thoughts on this question? Is your attention being lost?
I don't feel like it is technically, and I'll tell you why. Most of what I love to collect is Final Fantasy VII. And this year, so happens, is the remake came out. So there's a resurgence of Final Fantasy VII products that are at my beck and call to purchase and order. There's so many, in fact, that I stopped pre-ordering them because I don't know what I can and can't afford. But I will say a majority of the figures I've bought this year have been older figures.
Yeah.
From like 2005, 2007, 2010. So I think, yes, they are in a general sense. For me personally, not technically. But I think that might also have to do with the Rona.
Yeah. Iron Geek says he hasn't purchased anything in the past 3 months. Nothing has piqued his interest. However, I just purchased the Infinity War cap to modify it. Neil Robinson asks, "Where's the Mrs. Zachary? We need some diversity in here." I guess
is that like a jab at me for like being a girl or something?
No, I think they want to know where Susan is. Or
I was like, Neil, trolling me saying I'm like a girl.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where she's at right now. That's
Can we call her live?
We could call her. She's not here.
We can. Oh man, that's also like a Grail interview. That'd be an amazing interview.
Yeah, we had like what 2 whole shows just about her back in the day.
Yeah, about the whole drama situation, but I'm sure Zach doesn't want to talk about that situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I'd imagine she's in California, I believe.
Yeah. So Jason Nelson says he collects what he likes. Storm Collectibles has his attention at the moment. Kevin says, I spent the weekend moving into the new house. It's going to take a while to get the collection finally set up. I know that feeling and it sucks.
Kevin's been on that jam for a while. Ever since I've known him, his collection's been packed up because he hadn't had any space.
Yeah, the whole chat says get Susan. So maybe one day we can have Susan on the show once things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Was it stream? I'm sure. Is there like? I'm sure she could call in or something.
Yeah, if she has a link, she can join us. She has a webcam.
I don't know. I'm not interviewing her.
Oh man. So the movie, every week, seems like we have a lot of new people watching. So every week with this Corona stuff, there's been almost no figure news. In fact, this week we only had 3 pieces of news. We usually have around 20. Every week we pick a movie to watch that's an older movie and we call it the retro review segment. And this week's retro review was the Neverending Story. The film follows a boy who happens upon a magical book that tells us the story of a young warrior who is given the task of stopping the Nothing, a dark force from engulfing the mystical world of Fantasia. On Rotten Tomatoes, this film has a score of 80% based on reviews from 40 critics, and the critical consensus reads, a magical journey about the power of a young boy's imagination to save a dying fantasy land. The author of this book, this is based on an actual novel. He was so disappointed by the film production and how they took his story and changed it that he actually sued the production company for this project to be halted, which he basically lost the lawsuit. He called the film a gigantic melodrama of kitsch, commerce, plush, and plastic. So that is that's how that goes. Quinn says, "Say my name." So I guess Quinn is
Quinn. Quinn's my boy. You know, Quinn is the guy who hooked me up with the Princess Leia, and I feel so bad. I still haven't had the time to go in and give him a good shout out. But yeah, Quinn hooked me up with my Princess Leia because I got screwed over in a deal with Susan.
Red Wolf says California shut down about an hour south where Susan is from. I do remember that, by the way, where you got screwed over. Do miss seeing content. So I, from a special effects standpoint, really decent. I mean, for the time, the creatures look really good. Falcor was super dope. And from a plot standpoint, I feel like everything in this movie was kind of handed to this kid. Like, oh, you need to go 10,000 miles, but there's a lucky magic air dragon that can, transport you there while you sleep. And I don't know. I enjoyed this movie. I think if I was a kid, I would have loved this movie. As an adult with critical thinking, unlocked, I don't know that I loved it as much as I would have as a kid. Dean, what did you think about this movie?
I remember watching it as a child and not hating it, but I also don't remember like really loving it. Watching it again,
you didn't do your homework.
It's just not. It's not a bad movie, but
first he yells at me, and then his phone goes off. Then he probably didn't even watch the movie.
No, I watched it. It's just very. I don't want to say forgettable because it's not, but it's just like I guess
the movie's fucking awful. I don't even know why y'all wanted to watch it. It's terrible.
I will say the only reason why I wanted to watch it, let me tell you this. Victoria said, "Hey, this movie's awesome. I love this movie from when I was a kid. Let's watch it. You should make it the retro movie." And when your wife tells you you should make a movie the retro review movie of the week, you do it, okay? And that's why we did it.
Yeah, like it's not so bad that I'm like, ugh, but it's also not like the greatest thing ever. And also, they fuck over Atreyu so bad.
Right, he gets cucked for that for the little kid at the end.
Yeah, okay, you realize he dies in that scene?
Wait, what?
In the scene where she's like, "Oh, he has to call my name," and the main character, I forgot his name, he's not doing it. And
No, he doesn't die. When Falcor
he
flies
dies.
over the plains, the kid is with the horse again. And he yells at the
Atreyu
kid. Yeah, he's with the horse that died in the beginning. He like literally waves at him, and the kid says, "Yo, Falcor." I just finished watching this movie like 10 minutes
horse.
before we
So
went
the
on.
horse didn't die.
No, the horse came back to life. Everything was
fuck?
restored. The
Oh,
land.
No, the horse didn't die.
I guess I need to rewatch the ending because yeah, he just Atreyu gets to the very fucking end, and it's like, oh, sorry, kid.
Real quick, I just got a text from one of my buddies, Gungan Dungeon. He said that the stream is fantastic. He says watching live. So big shout out to his channel. Zach,
But if the
did you
horse
like-
died and is back at the end, so Atreyu definitely died and is back at the end.
Yeah, but they reset.
Well, either way, he's
though, right?
back.
Well, I'm just saying he dies in
Yeah.
that scene, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Look, man,
he
I've
came
watched Dragon
all
Ball
this
Z. I've
way.
seen my favorite characters die after coming all this way all the time just to be brought back like that.
Yeah,
So I can accept that.
Spider-Man died, but he
I'm
got
just
brought
saying,
back.
Atreyu is the actual hero of the story. The kid with the book didn't do shit.
No, all he did was fucking steal it.
Yeah, like
Sorry,
I don't
I don't
know.
know. If
They
cussing's
did
allowed, but
Atreyu's
no, yeah, all he did
dirty.
was steal it. It's yeah, I'm with you on that one, dude. But I want to shout out to Iron Geek. He says, he said that. Hold on, let me pull it up. Next
He said,
time y'all have me on, we should have him on. Yeah, I need to do one with Iron Geek.
oh hell yeah.
Man, yeah.
I told Iron Geek he should come on a long time ago, and
Yeah, let Iron Geek on here. I'll let the hair reel down with him.
So the reason also why I wanted to watch this movie is I saw this meme figure, the Neverending Story Swamp of Sadness playset with Atrax the horse and Sadness included. I thought that was amazing. And then
Yeah.
Dean was like, "There's no fucking figures from this movie," and of course, there's a shitty bootleg from Mexico, like the greatest figure ever made.
That
and
looks
I will buy
like a
this.
used condom with eyes on it. Like,
No,
And it gets-
toy.
it looks like a dumpling that hasn't been cooked.
Yeah, like what the fuck? You can't call that a toy.
Oh, man. Dude, I love it. Not only that, we have this $795 rare Falcor shaped Cheeto. So if anyone wants to pitch in for us to buy this and have it in the studio, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, because Zach's always like, oh, like the movie should come back around to collecting so we could have it in the show. And so when he suggested it, I was like, I don't think there's any toys and shit about the Neverending Story. And he was like, oh, yeah. And then showed me these eBay listings. I was like, whatever, dude.
Someone made a 6-scale Falcor.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, I imagine.
it's like 4 foot long. I'm all about that Cheeto though. I have a weird thing about collecting shit like that.
Dude,
Like
I'm
if
gonna
that
buy it.
Cheeto was about $300 cheaper, I'd be all on it. I'm the dude that goes and buys the, $950 grilled cheese sandwich with like Jesus's face on it.
Hell yeah, bro. We got to put this in the studio behind with the infinity rollers. But going back to movie news, though, Dean, AMC is no longer planning to play Universal films following the Trolls World Tour. So the Universal Studio CEO, whatever, said that the results for Trolls World Tour have exceeded our expectations and demonstrated the viability of basically like home release. Shell told the Wall Street Journal. As soon as the theaters reopen, we expect to release movies on both formats. And in a private email, one of AMC's executives said, "It is disappointing to us, but Jeff's comments as to Universal's unilateral actions and intentions have left us with no choice. Therefore, effective immediately, AMC will no longer play any Universal movies in any of our theaters in the United States, Europe, or the Middle East."
Cool.
I told you, man. It's so convenient. You
It is
can't
so
beat
convenient.
movies at home.
No.
Like,
Dean, you saw this.
I get it. Going to the theater is fun. It's very cool getting to see something in a huge fucking screen. But guess what? Sometimes I just want to watch TV in my underwear and eat fucking nachos till I hate myself. Like
Yeah.
that you're not going to get at a theater. And it's usually way cheaper. Now,
Is that part of the OnlyFans, the eating dinner in the underwear?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
I can't relate to that.
The only thing I didn't call was how expensive it is to rent at home But even then,
Is it
it's
though?
still
It was
very cheap.
$20 to rent Trolls. That's the price of
That's
like
what I'm
an
saying. Like,
IMAX ticket.
for someone like me, I wouldn't pay $20 at a theater. But for someone like you, you'd pay 100, if not
How,
more.
how much
Yeah.
is it?
But you also get to watch it more than just once.
What were you saying, Zach?
It's $20 to get into a movie theater, basically. So
Yeah.
do you just not go to the movie theater, Dean?
No, I do, but it's like $8 for a ticket, and I usually don't eat there because I'm not a
Cool.
sucker.
Where do you go?
Like Regal
Is
Cinemas.
I don't go to the movie theater, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think matinees are like $8, and then everything maybe like 12.
That's not
Maybe
bad.
they're really not that expensive.
Honestly,
But-
the only reason that digital hasn't the only reason this hasn't already happened is because of the lobbying from the major theaters, because they would straight up get blockbustered big time.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Which is what we were talking about weeks ago when the whole Rona thing kickstarted. I was like, hey, like this might be the normal from now on.
oh yeah, and there's a lot of other things are going to change too.
Yeah, and I mean that's exactly what it looks like it's going, at least just with Universal. And that's a huge studio. So now I have to watch Universal things at home if I want to see it. No, AMC isn't the only theater in town. I could go to Regal, I could go
Santikos.
to Santikos. But
Or
what
Alamo
if they follow
Draft
suit?
House.
What if they get all butthurt too? And they're like, all right, fuck you, Universal. That's a huge studio.
I will say this. First, Kevin Gossett says Alamo Drafthouse represent. Alamo Drafthouse is not reopening this weekend. They said that there's way too much logistics in the reopening safely, and they're not going to put their customers or their employees at risk to reopen half-assed rather.
Yeah.
Dean, you make a good point. There's other movie theaters, but for me, I only go to the movie theater by my house. So if that movie theater, it actually is an AMC. So that kind of screws me from a huge number of releases. My mind just got blown right there. Yeah, but you're right. For me, this is a big deal. And I just don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's a dying industry, to be honest. Like I haven't seen I just aside from it being convenient watching it at your house, the ability to just pause it and then come back is invaluable.
right.
Like I won't go to a movie theater simply because it's like you're not going to get me sitting down for 2.5 hours. Dude, I'm going to sit and have anxiety about that 2.5 hours 3 weeks before doing it. It's like, what am I going to do? What if I need to do that? What if I need to do that? I'm going to miss that. And it's like, fuck, at that point, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
Right.
I totally agree. Dean, this is a big television news for you, but Parks and Rec, they're releasing a new episode this Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to raise money for Feeding America's COVID-19 Response Fund. The show will include the whole original cast, and it'll follow the Parks and Rec cast attempts to stay connected while also staying apart. I would love it if they did a whole season of this. I think that's fantastic.
Right.
And all the footage for these episodes were shot in the actors' respective homes. So
Nice.
I just wanted to plug that
I was
real quick.
wondering how they did that.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Let's get into Custom Corner. Zach, you said you were doing a giveaway. So do you know, I guess, have you selected a winner for your...
No one's been able to make me laugh. I said that if you can make a comment, like a joke or something stupid or whatever, and if it makes me laugh, I'll send this masterpiece.
Here, let me solo cam you.
Look, there we go. Let me try and get it like in focus.
Look at that.
Not really the best lighting, but
the Joker Gal Gadot. Are you going to sign like a certificate of authenticity?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's one of one.
One of one. That is,
and it was featured on a major Facebook video too.
Hell yeah. So Joy of Hobbying update. I'm still working on Dan Lee's head sculpts. These are 30% done. I still need to clean up some black and orange. Very rough blocks of color here, but I mentioned on Ox After Dark, I think it was last week, that I did have to restart on Wolverine. Vallejo liquid, liquid mask is not good. It totally ruined. It just never dried. It was just awful. So I need to get some Tamiya liquid mask. But these are by Tony May, and hopefully by this weekend I'll be able to send these over to Dan Lee, Sweet Angel. He hooked it up big time for painting these sculpts. So Dan, if you're watching, I hope you like the progress so far. Wolverine is a lot further behind than Batman, so hopefully we'll be able to get those done soon.
Have you ever tried sticky tack?
I've used sticky tack, but I actually don't like it. What I really like is silly putty. Silly putty is an excellent.
Or the concept of like using a putty.
Yeah. I do like that stuff, but it's hard to get very crisp lines with it because it's obviously like an amorphous shape. And I was like, I need to mask off the difference between the yellow of Wolverine's, the center part and the black of the ears, and it just did not work. So. That's pretty much it. But Dean, you have a grinds my gears for this week. What do you got?
Yeah, I saw this thing. It just kind of pissed me off, but like I don't know why it pissed me off, and I hope maybe y'all could either like be like, no, you're wrong, or give me like some context as to why I'm so irked, because I don't understand why it made me feel the way it made me feel.
Yes.
So someone posted in a group. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a 6-skill group, and it was a rogue leader Luke, so the snowspeeder Luke.
Nice.
And it had, I believe, a different body. The outfit had been weathered to look wet or something, so obviously heavily weathered. And it had some other stuff done to it. And in the description, it's like, this figure is in mint condition.
That's annoying.
Now, to me, mint condition is untouched. Like, it's still in the box. There's still tape everywhere. Like, it's mint. If you sent it to a grader, they would grade it like an A, right? Or a B. Nothing really ever gets an A, but
yeah,
it's mint. It's fucking it is mint. If you sent a heavily modified figure to somebody who grades them, they would laugh at you. Like, this is
not my figures. They would be like an A+.
Probably not.
No, I get what you're saying. I've seen it a lot lately with people selling figures. They'll be like, "Oh, I opened this figure to inspect," and then they'll list it as mint and sealed box. It's like,
don't even get me started, man.
The box isn't sealed.
It's not. It's a used.
It's a used item. The threshold of used is crossed when that tape opens. As far as I'm concerned, that shit's been sitting on a shelf for months.
I've made a video about this. I've made several videos about it. And like I said, as soon as that tape gets cut, for all I know, you went outside and you took a piss on it. Like, how do I know you didn't do that? Seriously.
Right.
And like, how would I know that you didn't do that? Because I trust you? No. If it's opened, it's open for inspection. Look, yeah, you can open things and you can inspect it and put it back in the box, but that's a used figure.
Yeah, it's just like, especially with that kind of figure that is so expensive on the aftermarket.
Cool. Neil almost got me. Neil almost got me there. So did Kevin.
And it's like, okay, you're charging an absolute premium for the figure. And with, let's just say with cars, right? I want to paint my car lime green because I think it looks fucking cool, right? So I paint my car lime green, and then a few years later, I want to sell the car. I have to find somebody who wants a lime green car, or I have to lower that price so that person can repaint the car whatever they want, right? I have not added to the value of that car. If anything, I've retracted the value of the car.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect example.
So it doesn't. You've modified the figure. I don't want a wet looking Luke. You know what I mean? I believe he said in the pictures he photo edited them to look more wet than what it actually looks like. But it's like, okay, but I have to pay because you did the mod. I didn't want that mod done. So now I have to pay you for having it done. Like, it's used and it's not mint in my opinion.
Yeah.
So why am I paying a premium price?
Manny G says my dog peed on my Vader once. Only Dean knows.
Oh, that's
And then
that's true.
Neil says, why are there gates around cemeteries? Because people are dying to get in. And he also put up a few.
Nah.
I'll let you scroll through the chat.
Wow,
but, he
Manny,
put up
what a
few.
jerk, dude. Manny, that's fucked up, dude.
Oh, Manny, you savage. Manny put Dean what car?
That's fucked up, dog. We're not friends anymore.
Oh,
Manny's
man.
officially not a co-host of the show anymore.
Dean, we have a massive announcement to make.
Hey.
Better than an OnlyFans. So let me preface what I'm about to say. Through this Corona pandemic, I do home health, and one of my clients has stopped services because of this coronavirus. So me personally, I have less income to do the show. I know, Dean, you said that you're no longer getting 1 day of work at HEB because of this virus and the availability they need you to have. So both of us, we're creating the show. We're also getting less income right now. But we've also ramped up a lot of what we're doing. So we're sending a lot of stickers. We're sending a lot of we made like 30 Joker cards, and those all cost time and money. So we are starting a Patreon with 3 tiers. The $1 tier, Dean, do you want to introduce the name of this tier?
I actually haven't seen this yet. It's the
God damn it, Dean.
Slam dunk. You didn't show me that.
God damn it. This is a slam dunk tier. So the slam dunk tier, it says have your name displayed for the world to see along with our other supporters each week during the closing of the Collecting Weekly podcast. In addition, supporters will get access to the audio and video uploads of Ox After Dark uploaded straight to the Patreon feed. So right now, Ox After Dark, we kind of do it unplanned. It's usually a last minute thing, and it is available live for free to anyone. But the rewind, if you want to watch it after the live show ends, it's going to be Patreon only. For now, the Sweet Angel tier, which comes in at $5, it gets you all the perks of Slam Dunk and 1 Ox exclusive sticker every month sent to your door. And we'll order those stickers at the end of the month, so we ensure we have an appropriate amount of stickers, since we do have to order those in multiples of 10s or 20s. The last tier is the Crispy tier. It includes a special on-air shout-out from Dean on our first show of each month. And you also get, let me solo cam myself here, you also get an official certified Crispy certificate. Dean and I are going to sign these and send them out, and you can display that in your collection for the world to see that your collection has been officially certified Crispy. So that's a $15 pledge. And essentially what all this stuff goes to, it does cost us about $100 plus. Zach, you know how expensive it is to run a show like this.
Yeah. It's a little Australian bastard. How much money I put into all that shit.
And so we're just trying to be able to keep doing the show, be able to pay for things like StreamYard, the hosting, the all the different things we have to pay for, and also to provide our hosts with new pieces of equipment so we can continue to upgrade our quality. This is the certificate here. This is a rough draft prototype. We're thinking that this certified Crispy here is actually going to be the Chrome's Crispy sticker placed on this. And this will be a one-time thing we'll send you unless you damage your.
You need a press. That's what I got. Like the notary embossing stamp. You can pick one up custom for like $60.
Really? We gotta.
Yeah.
Can you send me the link of where you got your?
Yeah. It came in, man. It came in like a week. Real simple.
Really? That's not bad at all. So the sticker for this month, it's going to be a full-size sticker, and it's going to be our certified Crispy, or not, sorry, that's going to be our new this week sticker. So we ordered those, and we do have them in, and I'm just checking here. I don't think I got them queued up yet, but we'll post a picture on Ox of what that hollow sticker looks like. If you have any of our certified Crispy stickers, you know how big those are, and that's going to be the new this week design in a holographic format. So that is really cool. And Quinn says to invoice him for the top tier. Quinn, you actually have to go on Patreon and do it through there, and that way it'll register that we have a Patreon, and it'll also help us be able to send those out as we get people in. So thank you for supporting us, Quinn. Great guy.
Why is he why is he telling me that?
Oh well, my name is Zach too. Oh man. So new this week on stream, we're doing a extended stream of the Dungeons and Dragons Live and Let Die stream. We did a short 30-minute catch-up stream last Saturday because we kind of fucked things up on on the
Yeah,
stream
we
before.
we really took that show to a different
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about D&D, man. Like,
Oh, y'all started playing it?
Yeah, we
on
started playing it because
StreamYard.
of on StreamYard because of Corona. We've been wanting to play, and we found this great dungeon master out in Washington, Cody and Devin Silva, really good guys. And so Dean's sister joins us, and we're a party of 4. Real quick, it says, "Is that the mask top left, Zach?" I'm not sure who that question's for. There's lots of Zachs in this chat.
Oh yeah, that's the mask and Stanley Ipkiss in his pajamas.
Yeah. So a few people in the comments are asking for the Patreon. We'll drop it on Ox here in a little bit. I just wanted to wait till the show to drop it so we can explain our rationale. And also on Only Fools and Collecting, which is recording not this Thursday but next Thursday, they're having geek__girl_art. She Louise Townend, excuse me. She is an artist, and she's going to come on their show and talk about some of her artwork. So
Oh wow.
I'm going to cycle through some of these art pieces here, and she's also going to do a giveaway for Only Fools and Collecting, and you have to watch their live show. It's going to be about 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 9:30 p.m. in the UK. So these are some of her amazing pieces of art. Again, geek__girl_art. And these are really good. And this is what the giveaway is going to be. It's a comic books. They sometimes come out with blank covers, and she did this Yoda on Dagobah drawing. And
That's
this is
sweet.
really good. So if you want to win that, check out our YouTube channel, subscribe. It's going to be, like I said, not this Thursday, but next Thursday live. So really excited to have her come on the show. I know Ian and Pete are going to be plugging it all this week on Ox and Next. So it is a free giveaway. All you have to do is watch it live for a chance to win.
How's the podcast coming?
Their podcast or ours?
Like yours, the one
really good. We have obviously we expanded into Dungeons and Dragons. I have my hobbying show, The Joy of Hobbying. Ian and Pete in the UK run Only Fools and Collecting, and they are killing it. I think they're almost on their 17th episode. Manny started his show Creeps Are Us. I know with Corona he's been working like 8 million hour work weeks, so his episode 2 is coming out soon, along with Wookiee of the Year. And then Small Talk, right now they're on a little bit of a hiatus. Dylan's moving into a house, and so they're not able to record until he's got like everything set up in his office or whatever.
It's such a good outlet, man. It
really is.
You can do so many different things. You can get into deep conversations, and like there's just the podcasting thing. Obviously, when we started it, I knew that it's going to be one of the main ways that people ingest content. I'm really thinking about. I'm in the works to try and cut a deal to get another one going. I'm just waiting to sign a partner.
Yeah.
And I got someone big too. I got someone big. That's be funny.
Yeah, the other day we did an Ox After Dark, and those are usually just kind of impromptu. And like, hey, are you busy? No, I'm not. You want to get on there and talk? And we talked for like 4 hours. It was like a long ass stream, and I was like,
yeah, we had like 5 or 6 people join us live. It was really nice.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, it's a really good outlet, and I think the culture too is just really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that really enjoy this type of content, and so the groups like, we're friends with Brian, Chris, and TC from Six Scale Scavengers, and I mean they have such a great group of listeners.
Didn't they break up?
No. They're doing very well. And then there's just a bunch of good shows out there, and I mentioned this on last episode, but I mean there's just so many good outlets for people to enjoy this content, and I just think it's a really good thing for the hobby, because Dean made a really good point. But we could have a show, and you could have a show, and Six Scale Scavengers could have a show, and all 3 shows could be totally different, talking about the same figure. And I think that's important. You obviously have a different background. You do a lot of business. You understand a lot of the ins and outs of production.
Yeah, so it's a completely different
don't, and I'm usually super negative about everything. So, and Brian and Chris tend to be very glass half full kind of people. And it's just great. So,
yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously editing wasn't fun, but a lot of people, especially now, a lot of because I'm kind of getting tossed under the bus as the scapegoat as to why. We kind of kind of had attitudes. It was like, man, that wasn't, I wasn't the one that had all the issues. But the podcast, what we did is we told a story. It wasn't just, oh, this figure came out, and we told a story. I mean, we had jokes running throughout the entire series, and it was just really, really fun thing to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's good stuff. Kevin says, Zach, I'm doing an episode with you when I get everything set up. Don't know what episode we're doing, but we're doing one. Manny says Dean and I broke up. Kevin says, I love listening to podcasts while I'm working. It is kind of motivating. And up on the screen, I was able to pull up the New This Week Chrome sticker. So for our Patreon tier, it is a full-size Chrome New This Week sticker. Dean made the design. Seth ordered the stickers. And we have, I think we have 50 of these ready to go. So big shout out to everyone who's going to eventually support the podcast on Patreon. And I mean, $5, like it takes, about $1 to order the sticker, 50 cents to mail it, and then the time to get everything done. So it's not like we're raking in the dough for, $5.
It's a money pit. That's why I had to go start selling those damn cleaning kits.
Yep.
No, pick yours up today.
I'm kidding. I probably lost money doing that shit. Yeah. They're pretty legit though, man. Don't lie. Dude,
very nice. You still owe me a microfiber cloth though.
What a guy. Mario says he signed up for the Patreon. What a guy. Mario, thank you so much. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this week's show. Big shout out to Brian, Chris, TC, Six Tail Scavengers. Shout out to Ian, Pete, for just killing it. I mean, this is their first interview ever. I think, no, actually this is their second, but I told them that, we're going to have a lady on the show. They need to be on their best behavior, and they agreed that they would be. Big shout out to Geek Girl Art for supplying the giveaway for that next stream. Zach, big shout out to you for coming on. Did you want to plug your channels? I know you obviously have Pin Patrol, and do you still upload to the King Zachary V channel?
Yeah, I kind of started putting up some of the older videos because I kept getting asked like, hey, where was this video? And it was like a video of me trying to, one example is me, like I removed the stain from like one of the shirts, and someone needed the video. And it's like, that's one of the things that kind of annoyed me. It's like, man, that shit was, obviously helpful. So I'm starting to upload all those tips and stuff. But right now I'm running hard on that Pin Patrol stuff, because once Star Wars once they start dropping the Star Wars pins, it's gonna take off.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, I'd imagine everyone that's watching here, but I'm sure is already subscribed.
Yeah, that's a huge license. I was on their website, I think 2 days ago.
Yeah, and
I was just looking through all the stuff because I was hoping they would make some Final Fantasy ones.
I mean, literally, if when y'all interview them, tell them they'll look into it, dude.
Yeah, and that's actually not a bad idea. And I was looking at all the properties, and I saw Star Wars, and I was like, I don't remember seeing any Star Wars fig pins. I feel like I would own one by now. Yeah. And I clicked on it, and I was like, oh, it's new. It hasn't even been shown yet. I was like, holy shit, that's going to be huge.
Pull up Quinn's comment that he made.
Quinn says, King Zachary V and I are going 90-Day Fiance figure edition, where you find a prospective buyer, and you and the buyer get together and feel each other out on whether the figure is worth the money being buying, I guess.
Okay, so there's a story behind it. Really quick, I'll tell it.
He just made you laugh, by the way.
Yeah, no, I already called it to Quinn. He made me laugh earlier. I just forgot. We were messaging each other on Facebook one afternoon, and I don't know how it even got brought up. And I was like, man, I'm watching this video. It's like 90-Day Fiance. Oh, we're talking about the Philippines. I was like, I've been watching this show, and it's this guy, and he's like really Ed? Short, and he has Ed, no neck Ed, and dude,
big Ed.
We started talking about it, and I sent him some videos, and dude, he got addicted. And so like that entire
afternoon,
stop
watching. Zach, I can't stop watching.
Exactly. Quinn said the same thing.
Dude, the guy's an asshole. He has this beautiful young Filipino woman. I don't know. Filipino woman. And he just treats her like shit. I mean, every episode is just another dumb fucking thing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I know I'm fucking gross, but can you shave your legs, please?
Hey, I know I'm fucking gross, but here's some Crest toothpaste and some mouthwash.
Hey, I know I'm a fucking disgusting piece of shit, but can you get an STD test for me?
Damn it, Zach! I was in the perfect soundbite to have of Dean as my ringtone.
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh man,
No, I'm not gonna.
You can't
say
get
it.
natural. But okay, but the thing about that is it's his safety. Everyone on the internet was bashing him. I was like, dude, it's his right to like.
Yeah, but that is his right, yes. But he also didn't tell her before he went over there. He knew she wanted 2 kids, and he was planning the vasectomy appointments. That is not being a good partner.
She's not being a good partner. She doesn't love the dude. Like I have personal issues with the whole. I'm a fake, fake be your friend and all of that. And it's like, dude, you're not fooling anyone.
But I mean, it's not like he. Well, I mean, I guess you're
but
right.
that is that's a good point.
The arrangement, if that's the arrangement, like, hey, I'm gonna get you a visa. Wash your fucking mouth. Like, I guess.
But
you're not wrong.
The arrangement. It's unsung. It's like she's lying about there's no arrangement. That's the thing. But like you said, I mean, also at the end of the day, he is short and has no neck. So even though there's only so much money he can do
to
make you attractive to females,
if not older.
Yeah, his daughter is
to
older
dye
than
his
her.
hair.
Yeah,
His daughter's a babe. Have you seen pictures of her?
Yes.
No, is that his daughter or like his secretary that they?
No, that's his daughter.
I need to go check that out.
Her name is Tiffany, I think.
Okay, I need to go check. Yeah,
PewDiePie did a whole video on him and the daughter, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's his daughter."
Yeah, it's like because I started watching the skits on the episode on Facebook, and then when me and Quinn started talking about it, I was like, "Okay, I need to watch this whole thing, dude." I straight up subscribed to TLC and watched that fucking shit 5 hours back to back. It's like, and dude, you can ask it was just I was like, oh, dude, I was glued to the TV. Because some of the stupid shit that they were saying, and it's like one dude went all the way to Ukraine without even talking.
Yeah, Lana and David, dude. Oh my god, dude, that show's wild. I can't get over it.
Who do you think's bigger, Big Ed or
Dean?
What's his name? Joe Exotic.
I don't know, man. Big Ed is. I mean, Joe Exotic. I mean, he's done like this. Like now, no one cares. Big Ed's all the rage.
That's what I was about. You skipped me.
Big Ed is the new Figpin.
Yeah,
where's the Big Ed Figpin?
Yeah, that. Oh, I need.
Dude, we need the design.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna drop that tomorrow. That's a good one. But you skipped me about the whole like the attention span of collectors. It's like that's a perfect example. Like Tiger King was. He was at the tippy top that I've ever seen anyone on the internet. And where is he? He's done. Like a week later. That's our attention span.
Yeah. Did anybody ever watch that new episode that came out?
I did. It killed it. I think. It's like, Joe wasn't there.
Right.
And like Jeff Lowe sitting there with his girlfriend and was trying to bash Joe Exotic, saying we went into his attic and man, the stuff we found all kind of whips and ropes, and it was just atrocious. It's like, first of all, you have 3 girlfriends on top of your wife. That's just as odd as having whips and handcuffs. Shit, man, I got that shit.
TSC says, who won the Joker head?
Quinn.
Quinn needs to stop entering our competitions. He wins them all.
Yeah, Quinn, you won a competition last week. You didn't even message me. I don't even know if I want to give it to you.
Oh, he didn't get it. You have a week.
Hurt my heart. Quinn.
You have a week to claim it. He didn't claim it.
Oh my god!
You have to redraw. That's the rule.
Quinn, you hurt my heart, Quinn. Anyways, guys,
I don't even remember what the giveaway was.
It's for the icon.
Oh my god, Quinn, you son of a bitch.
Great show, guys. Zach, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Zach, what an angel, dude.
What a guy. Great show. Came in on time. Gave an excellent ruling about Dean screaming at me.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have been a better ruling. Frankly, the best ruling I've ever heard.
Yeah. And as a result, Dean, I'm not going to speak to you for at least 3 weeks.
What? You were
go ask your boy, Lord Gregory. Go ask your boy, Lord Gregory, what's up?
The snitch, man.
He's not in the chat. He's not in the chat. I know he knows better than that, man.
No, he got banned. He can't.
Wait, for real?
On Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, he got zucked. He got zucked.
Wait, why?
Dude,
he posted a GIF of this person jumping into a bed, and I guess he just posts too many stupid GIFs all the time, and Facebook banned him.
Oh, he's in Facebook jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on Facebook.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why I haven't seen him around. Because man, he comes in, he just drops like comments, and it's like,
Yeah, dude, the gif he posted was so innocent. I was like, why did you get banned over that? He's like, yeah, I'd like to know too. It was the guy climbing under the mattress of a bed. Like, I don't get it.
it's like it just you know how it is with guys. You know, you're hanging out talking with your boys, and you know, you're just talking like with your boys, and it's like, man, it's not like you're gonna call someone like the dude's boyfriend or girlfriend up and be like, hey, listen to, yeah, like
oh, that's right, yeah. Oh shit, that's
What a
hilarious.
guy.
I mean, it's not hilarious, but it's funny.
No, it really is funny. I think,
Dude, we almost had a major key moment on the show. My God, I thought we were gonna get super derailed
Oh, with
earlier when your boy chimed in.
oh yeah, no,
my
he's
God.
probably been listening, man. Like, he knows he's got a problem with people saying anything about him. I don't know, like, yeah, shut him down real quick though.
Anyways, guys, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Zachary, the Ohio State.
King Zachary from The Ohio State University. Catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye.